In this video, we're going to take a look at properties of exponents in the context of evaluating and simplifying expressions. But before we start, I'm going to discuss how we might see the negative sign in certain situations. So, for example, when we see negative 4 to the second power, it might be helpful to think of this as negative 1 times 4 to the second power, which gives us negative 1 times 16, which gives a result of negative 16. Now, when we see negative 4 in parentheses to the second power, it might be helpful to think of the parentheses as guarding the value of the number. So when we have negative 4 in parentheses to the second power, we might think of that as negative 4 times negative 4, which gives us 16. Now, whenever we see negative 4 to the third power, again, it might be helpful to think of this as negative 1 times 4 to the third power, which is negative 1 times 64, which gives a result of negative 64. Now, whenever we see negative 4 in parentheses to the third power, again, that would be like having negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4, which gives us negative 64 because we have three negative numbers multiplied together. So now that we've briefly gone over this together, you try a few. Now, before we start our next problem set, we're going to talk about the properties of exponents. We're going to start with any non-zero number to the power of 0 has a value of 1. Anytime you see a negative exponent, such as here, 4 to the power of negative 2, you're going to put it under a 1 and you'll have a positive exponent. So we will have 1 over 4 to the power of 2, which gives the result 1 over 16. Now, anytime you multiply or divide the same base with exponents, whenever you are multiplying, you're going to add the value of the exponents. And whenever you divide, you're going to subtract the value of the exponents. And finally, anytime you see an exponent outside parentheses, you're going to apply the exponent to each term inside the parentheses. So now that we've gone over a very brief discussion of the properties of exponents, you try a few. In my rush, I forgot to discuss what we do when we see a negative exponent in the denominator of a fraction. So, for example, if we have 1 over 4 to the power of negative 2, the ultimate result is going to be 4 to the second power over 1, or 16 over 1, or 16. And now that you've hopefully had success with these problems, good luck.